The book of Job is a lot of different things. It's poetry, it's the wisdom of the ages, it's a treatise on suffering. But viewing the book through these lenses might reasonably leave a person feeling unsatisfied. The poetry might seem to lack a point. The wisdom doesn't quite answer our questions, as it failed to answer Job's. It doesn't seem to adequately address the skeptic's questions about the goodness of God, and it certainly does not answer the ultimate philosophical question that we all bring to it. Why does God allow suffering? So is this book a failure? Allow me to go off on a tangent for a minute, and I think my purpose will become clear. As recently as this month, NPR ran a piece on the chemical found in magic mushrooms. People who take this psychedelic drug have a bizarre experience that is often referred to as a kind of religious experience. It has the ability to restructure your thinking. You lose your sense of self and separation of everyone else and everything else. As one neuroscientist working on the project put it, time stopped and I was everyone. What struck me about this statement was how similar it was to the experience people have when they have been in the presence of God. In the words of the article, their brain seems to fall apart. Listen to the words of some people who describe the transcendent experience of being in the presence of God or have witnessed His greatness through something He did. Here is Isaiah. Woe is me, for I am undone, for my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. And Daniel, and I, Daniel, alone, saw the vision, for the men who were with me did not see the vision, but a great terror fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. Therefore I was left alone when I saw this great vision, and no strength remained in me, for my vigor was turned to frailty in me, and I retained no strength. And here is Peter when he witnessed a miracle of Jesus. But when Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord. Here is John. Then I turned to see the voice that was speaking to me. The hairs of his head were white, like wool, like snow. His eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze, refined in a furnace, and his voice was like the roar of many waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars. From his mouth came a sharp 2-edged sword, and his face was like the sun shining in full strength. When I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead. Job never got a clear answer to the question about why he experienced the suffering that he endured. He didn't get a series of one-liners to tell his friends that made them wrong and him right. He didn't even get the encouragement from God that he had been right all along. What he got instead, like these other writers, was to experience the transcendent God and the glory of His wisdom. And his brain fell apart. Everything he had thought about his superior logic, every argument he was prepared to make about his own righteousness, crumbled to the ground when he came to know who God really is, what He knows, and how small we are by comparison. And so he prayed at the end of the book, in chapter 42, with this new understanding. So Job repented in sackcloth and ashes. He despised himself. He shut his mouth. He was now willing to follow this mind-bending, otherworldly being wherever he led, even through torment. May we all see God as He really is, and may our hearts and minds be enlarged to accommodate a bigger, grander, more majestic vision of Him. God is bigger than you think.